So, introductions first. So my name is Rachel Hardy. I'm an occupational therapist in the South Kent Coast Mental Health team. Previously worked on the early intervention and psychosis team and the autism team. And I joined this team in January 2021. Wow.
My name is Saunders. I qualified in 2018. I was a case manager for the autism team originally, the KCC autism team. Then last year I was approached if I was interested in working with Rachel to start an enablement programme within social care, within mental health social care, which we've never done before. So I moved over about 9-10 months ago now, about last September. So it's all very new. We have actually managed to have 2 students in 9 months, which is, when you think about it, is a little bit nuts. But yeah, so it's a totally new service, and whatever we kind of say, it's quite fluid at the moment. So things are changing because we might do something one way and then think actually it would work better a different way. So we're quite, I suppose, proactive on what we're doing. But we'll go through the presentation. It's not very long, so we won't bore you. And if you've got any questions at the end, just sort of shout out.
Okay, so the new role of occupational therapy within mental health social care. So we help people to live and not exist. Working within the mental health social care team, we are trying to demonstrate how using a different approach outside of social work can positively impact people's lives and reduce the revolving door. Whilst our primary goal is to improve people's lives and their ability to live independently, there is also a need to demonstrate how our input saves money.
So we look at the whole person, and when we complete assigned assessments and we're carrying out interventions, we do look at both mental and physical health, as well as well-being, and we do try to look at people really as a whole. So if there's something that we wouldn't normally do, if there's a way, like it might be a small bath board or something, helping someone go to the GPs because they need something, then we would go out and do that as a small piece of work to support them rather than leave them at home sort of waiting for someone else to come along. Our biggest aim is really for our clients to achieve their potential. So everyone's potential is different, but we really do look at our clinical reasoning and how we look at what people want to do, rather than we've really taken it back to sort of brass tacks OT. So it is what people want to do, and then we look at how they can get to that. So next slide.
So who are our clients? Our clients originate from the South Kent Coast Adult Social Care team. This is an amalgamation of the original South Kent Coast Mental Health Social Care team and the Autistic Spectrum Conditions team. All clients must have a social care need under the Care Act 2014. They are currently require a mental health diagnosis or a neurodiverse condition to be referred for OT enablement within our team. All clients must provide consent before referral to OT enablement. They need to have the motivation to work with us both to achieve their chosen goals for up to 12 weeks. Sometimes we might only work with some clients for 2 weeks, 4 weeks. It all depends on that client and what goals we have set at the beginning. And all of our clients are 18 plus.
We just put this in really to demonstrate that we follow the OT process. So it really is a case of we go out, we do a basic initial assessment, we speak to them about whether, because sometimes they get referred by social workers or the social work assistants, and we find sometimes that they don't really know what they've agreed to. So we go out and we kind of lay out our stall, I suppose, explain what we can offer, see if it's something they're interested in. All of them, most people engage with us, don't they? On the whole, there's a few that are challenging, but I think they're challenging across the board. It's not just specific to OT.
Engagement can take a couple of weeks.
And because we've come from an autism background, we're quite good at giving flexibility. So we'll go out and we'll maybe try 2 or 3 times. We'll offer different ways of communication so as we can get out to see them. So it really is, we go out and do the initial assessment. We then do, if they want to engage with us, we'll then do a proper assessment with them to see sort of where they want their goals and things. We look at the goal setting, The goal setting again is very much what they want to do. We might go out there and see that really they could use support with cooking, but if what they want is, I don't know, to learn how to go on the bus, then we'll teach them how to travel on the bus. It's down to them what they want. It's for them to get out of the 12 weeks what they want to get out of it. We then do a re-evaluation at the end, and then where it says discharge, we put them back into, if they need to go back into service, then they'll go back to a social worker. If they need some extra help, they need care planning, things like that. If actually they've done everything they want to do, they've achieved it, then they get close to the team. And if they want re-referring in the future, they can be.
Do we want to say that the two stars that we use as well is the recovery star for the clients with a mental health condition, and the spectrum star with clients who are on the autistic spectrum. That is our main initial assessment that we do on our initial visits. So here's our diagram, the promotion of wellbeing. To provide information to enable people to influence their own well-being and take control of their own care and support needs. Support the development of resilience to reduce reliance on community services. Person-centred process enables the client to take control of their own outcomes, allowing their choices to be heard and facilitated. Support employment and education and training in order to develop structure and routine. Graded interventions and person-centred to meet the client's needs, and health promotion and lifestyle changes as a multi-agency approach.
We also work alongside other people within social care, so we could work alongside the social workers. We've worked alongside the SWAs and case officers, so it is very much kind of a group effort, if that makes sense. We might take the lead for the OT side, but we take into account what other people are wanting from us as well. How did you manage to do that?
Did I get it up?
Yeah. So we offer, this is how we support like the social workers on our team. So we support with care planning. We work alongside care providers to ensure the provision meets the client's needs. Sometimes we also do training, little bits of training with people, so they're giving the correct care, because it's all well and good paying for a care provider, but if they're not giving the correct care, then it kind of is as useless as not having anyone. We provide a personalised service to clients who would benefit from a holistic OT approach. We reduce care costs through developing client skills and reducing reliance on support workers. We share knowledge within a multidisciplinary setting to ensure the client's needs are met. We complete the care and support plan reviews. Admittedly, we haven't done many of those recently because we've been busy with other stuff. We work alongside the MDT where self-neglect and hoarding concerns, so often we'll take the lead role for the hoarding and self-neglect. But the paperwork, sort of the social work paperwork, is done by social work or SWAs. We work with clients with personal assistance in order to make sure that the caregiver's skills, and we make the package a sustainable package, because it's so hard to get PAs that sometimes they leave just because it all goes wrong, when actually a little tiny bit of support and it would have stayed sustainable. We provide training both in-house and to outside agencies, particularly around neurodiversity. We're a bit we've lost the will with that at the minute, so no requests please. And we do act as safeguarding inquiry officers because we're both trained as inquiry officers, so it makes sense for us to do it because we look at it differently as OTs.
So the assessments and tools that we use, I've already mentioned Spectrum Star and Recovery Star. We also complete sensory profiles, coping skills assessments, out and about in the community, interest checklist, role checklist. We set goals with the person. Over the 12 weeks we do go for around 3 goals, don't we, so that it's realistic to the person, or it might be 1 goal, depending on the person again. We do mood and sleep diaries, and we have started to use mood cards. Mood cards have proven to be really good with our clients, and we've also recommended it for the support providers that we work with. They've gone out and now they're starting to use mood cards with clients that we've recommended too. Technology through apps and voice controlled devices. We've got quite a lot of apps, and we do work with Bilia, who is also here today. The ADHD self-assessment questionnaire, we go out to quite a few people and complete them, and the new autism spectrum quotient.
Yeah. We use the ADHD self-assessment and the AQ50 as a way to support, because a lot of the time we're going out to see people who've been on medication for mental health, all sorts of mental health diagnoses, and we walk in and you can straight away say it's ADHD or you can see it's autism. So we use it as a way to demonstrate that we need them to be sent for referral. We contact the GPs usually. I think they're probably a bit cheesed off with us over the last 9 months because we send quite a few, don't we?
Yeah, so we advocate, don't we?
We do.
Person.
We do, because a lot of them are on medication that's doing them no good. It's never going to improve autism, let's be honest. Having a load of quetiapine or something, it's never going to make any difference. So we do try to, if nothing else, we try to support the client so as they've got a chance of achieving something in the future just because they're diagnosed correctly and they're being shown the correct route for support.
Yeah.
So in order to enable them, we help them build daily routines. I should say that nearly all our clients, since I went to the team, are autistic.
Yeah.
If they came to us as having mental health, by the time we've worked with them for a couple of weeks, we've sent them for diagnosis. So a lot of the time it is around daily routines. We've been working around building confidence and self-esteem so they can manage both at home and in the community. We've done quite a bit of travel training so they can develop their independence. We've provided support to enable the building of positive relationships, so that's even within the family home, as well as maybe meeting people outside of the home. So, because a lot of our clients are really isolated, and sometimes we're the only people they see when we go around. We've helped with building skills, so we've been helping to maintain their environments and support. We've supported with some deep cleans and declutters. So when we do it, we go out, we arrange to do it, and the client works with us. So the clients taught the skills, and so far the people we've done it with are still maintaining their home with a little bit of prompting, so we've not gone straight down the hoarding route again and things. So they've learnt the skills. We develop meal planning and cooking skills. We've introduced people to support groups, and we've also done work around budgeting and money management, because especially some of our ADHD clients, they're quite impulsive. So we've done work about how they can manage their money and pay their bills and things.
Okay, so through us taking a holistic approach with our clients, there are other needs that are regularly identified. Autism, as we've spoken about, ADHD, PTSD, UTIs. We've worked with clients that have been very confused and they might have been put on a medication for something else, but you identified a client with a UTI, didn't you?
There's quite a few clients we've had that have had UTIs that have been medicated for mental health conditions, and they just need to drink more water. Interestingly, they tend to be young women, so we've done quite a lot of work around sort of prompting, around drinking more, and that's also impacted on the diabetes management as well, because there's been quite a lot of, especially clients with ADHD, they seem to, I don't know if it's to do with how their metabolism works, but it seems to impact how their diabetes is managed, the combination of the two diagnoses. So we help to manage comorbidities through, we attend health appointments, and when I say health, we can attend mental health CAPA appointments, we go to the GP with them, we've gone to hospitals, we've gone to x-rays with people, we've done lots of weird and wonderful things. We support to better manage diet and nutrition, and we've encouraged clients to recognise how they're feeling. So that's where the mood cards have come in. We've been working with the mood cards to help them understand exactly, because a lot of them haven't got a clue that they feel different at the beginning of the day to the end of the day.
Training that we can offer within our service is support clients so as they can attend educational courses, for example, the Recovery College, which is over in Thanet, really good recovery college that does run some really good courses for our clients. Enable support providers by increasing knowledge so as they can work more effectively with our clients. So if someone's been referred to us and there's a breakdown within a support environment, we can go in and work with that support provider to see if there's any advice and support guidance that we can give. Provide in-house training and shared knowledge, for example neurodiversity training that's been offered across mental health social care teams due to the amalgamation of social care services. That was from myself and Emma, enabling clients to better understand their diagnosis as well as how to live with their diagnosis.
So we've helped people to identify, I suppose, I don't know whether to call it their autistic identity or their ADHD identity. We've tried to, and bipolar and things, we've tried to explain and work with people so as they understand that actually no one's normal, we're all different, because they all aspire to be normal, and I don't know what is normal. So it's, it's quite interesting work.
Update knowledge with regular training. So we do in-house training. So we've done it for our team. So it's in-house within KCC, and we've done that on neurodiverse conditions, online through external agencies, read relevant research, courses through RCOT, OT news, share knowledge through networking. We have a regular OT CPD group that meets every 3 months, and attend the autism show and the OT show, which is coming up in November. Any questions?
Oh gosh, there's questions.
We've got a question down here.
We've got a question at the front here.
Excellent.
Whoever wants to go first.
With consent, does someone have to be verbal in order to
We don't work with LD. So it's the mental health team. So we work with, I guess, for want of a better expression, high functioning autism. But they can give us consent in multiple forms. So they can give it in emails, texts. We communicate in, some people prefer to email us, others like face to face. Some people speak through them on. It just depends on who they are.
With the interventions that you're doing, are you delivering that yourselves, or have you got other people involved?
We've got at the moment we've got an OT assistant, and we've had students. So we've done it. We've had 2 students. So all the way through, there's kind of been 3 of us, because we had 1 student before Christmas, then we had a student after Christmas, and then we've had the OTA since Easter. So between the 3 of us, we do it. Yes.
So you've got quite strong control over what you deliver.
Mostly because no one knows what we do.
And we are looking at having an OT apprentice in the future as well, because the students that we've had, third-year students, have been really good and crucial for our service. And then at the moment, it's just myself and Emma and our OTA, which is fantastic, and as well as come from the autism team.
So, and with the students, when they come, we do have an expectation that they'll do training around autism and ADHD, as well as coming and learning about mental health. So they do the training from the University of Derby, the free training that's out there at the moment around autism and ADHD. And they both worked really hard, didn't they? So by the time they finish, they've got a good grounding of mental health, but they also had a good grounding of autism. So it's when they go back to, when they finally sort of find their own teams, they'll be able to work with whatever clients come their way, really.
It's just a comment, it's just so good to see what you can offer and what you have already achieved, and you just wonder that hasn't really been thought of before, and some of the practical things, like you said, you discover all kinds of reasons for people to be in place that they are. So really,
the mental health service managers are really interested. We've had to report back to them quite until they all panicked when the autism team came. We had to report back every month what we're doing with presentations about what we're saving money on and different things. But there are roles that are coming. There's one at the moment outstanding for an OT in Canterbury. Admittedly, it's a different sort of position than most people would have taken, but whoever takes the role would work with us initially, so they'd have like a proper introduction and be shown properly how to do the job, if that makes sense, before they're sort of abandoned to Canterbury. But even then, we'd all work pretty closely together. It is, we work quite tightly within mental health, so it's...
But also our OT CPD group is it's mainly us, autism OTs, isn't
It's
it?
the autism OTs,
and then us. But there is others joining from health now.
Yeah.
example, but we've kept it small. So that
It's an interesting role and it is emerging
It
still.
is.
We've tested the water, there's a lot of interest from others about the role and what it can bring. And it's as you say, I mean, it's, you know, some of the managers who are used to managing mental health are not used to having a different toolkit available to actually deliver a different approach that complements what's going on already, or can actually take a complicated situation to pieces and actually understand what are the dynamics, what's really going on here, because that's what OTs do best. They unpick things and understand things from a different perspective, which can suddenly be that breakthrough for a challenging situation. And that's what these guys have done on many occasions where there's been scenarios where people are a bit stuck and not really quite sure where to go and what to do next.
We do have the most complex clients that have gone through. Usually people who can't go to CARS, who they're not engaging with something, so they try and get them to sort of agree to a meeting with us, and then we try and work with them so as we can try and get it to the point where, sometimes we've had people where they thought maybe they needed 16 hours of support, but by the time they've worked with us maybe they needed 8 or 6. So it is cost effective.
the declutter, that costs over £1,000.
The declutter, we did it with expenses. We went into Lidl's and bought all the stuff on expenses for like 40 quid or whatever it was.
Back of our car,
That was the end of
dog
it.
runs.
But dog runs, but they've all, it's been, it's a very hands-on role.
What you've done though, with the hoarding and the clearing is engaging the person more in the actual process.
Yeah.
So they're not being done unto, they're not just having their place cleared.
Yeah.
It's about, I know it seems to make sense to us as OTs when we think about that, but actually that's the difference. It's not just about cleaning someone's house up and then just leaving them for the next 6 months when you go back and do it all over again. It's about bringing that person with you on that journey and helping them to actually engage and own what's going on. And actually that's the critical bit that starts making the difference when you start building that rapport, that trust, and actually the ability to take them with you on the journey, which is it's all about that slightly different approach. So
I mean, we had one client who had so many bags of pasta. I've never seen so much pasta. And we ended up, it was everywhere. She had it stuffed all over the place because she had nowhere in this tiny sort of studio flat. And in the end, I said to her, we can't tidy this because, I mean, how much pasta can one person eat? And in the end she said, oh, we'll take it to the food bank. So next time I went out, I brought a box, 2 boxes, and we filled them with pasta and we took them to the food bank because they were all in date. There was nothing wrong with them, it's just because of her autism, she panics when she gets to Asda and she buys the same things. And so we had endless chickpeas with one person. She likes chickpeas, I'm not so sure she needed sort of 7 cans. So it's, they kind of, in that way, it's a lot of retraining. But if it is a really interesting job, and it's very much a job that you control, yes, you report back to people, but we control it ourselves. We do the job as, you know, we have to achieve certain things, but how we achieve them is down to us. So hopefully by us coming and people hearing, then we might be able to drum up some trade for these other positions, because no one ever applies because they don't understand what we do. And it's really difficult because we've said that we would let people shadow and all sorts, and people don't even contact about the interviews.
There are opportunities to make the job your own and shape it, so it's a very exciting opportunity.
It's very flexible.
Thank you.